Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So you guys, I just watched this episode of the show Mthwalo, which is the show, I think it's on Zanzi Wethu, which is channel 163, but I watched it on Facebook. Okay, what's the page? Bandile Gordon Ramaphosa, go look for it. I think he also has a channel here on YouTube. So on this episode, it's about the lady that you remember, the lady that trended when she was being chased out of a car one night after, whatever, uh, clubbing, and got into somebody's car, and then they wanted to kick her out of the car. And that's where the statement, "get out of my effing car," comes from. That lady, okay? That girl, because she's very young. So in this episode, you guys, her mom is looking for her. So she has come to Joburg to look for her. So she contacts the show because she's tried everything she can to get this lady to come back home. It turns out that this lady has two kids at home that she left with her mom. Okay? Her mom wants her to come home. So even to get her to the show, they had to trick her. Like, they're going to do a show, I guess, about, Osley Queen coming to Joburg. What's going to go Joburg? Fine, they get her to the show. She's surprised to see her mom. But basically, her mom is saying, "Listen, you left me with your kids. It's been 4 years. You're not coming home. I need you to come home and take care of your kids. Your kids are missing their mom. They're crying, and they're not doing well at school. The other one ngati mentally disturbed right now, and I feel like it's because you are absent. Also financially, it's a struggle for me. Apparently one father maintains the child, the other doesn't. Things that mothers must never be dealing with. Like my mother cannot be dealing with that concerning my kids, you know because if I'm still alive as a mom, why is my mother dealing with that? The same way my daughter, I shouldn't be dealing with that. When it comes to my daughter, she should deal with her own kids. This lady doesn't want to go home. She does not want to go home. She does not want to have a conversation. They're trying to convince her to say, "Your kids need you," okay? So, this is what I wanted to say, you guys, because I know on my channel I have different ages. It's mostly women on my channel, but I have different ages. I do have people that are in their 20s and younger, you guys. And I want to say, as an older woman to younger women, or younger girls, I want to say, guys, you do have. Someone is calling me. You do have an option as a woman to not have kids. That is an option available for everybody. You can just choose. You don't even have to give a reason for not wanting kids. You can just choose that for you, that is not the life. You are not going to have kids. So as you are growing, consider that, consider that as early as possible. Consider that it's a choice for you to have kids. You can just decide that you're not gonna have kids. That is okay, because having kids is a big responsibility. It changes your life a lot, you guys. You can't do the things that you used to do before you have kids, after you have kids, and you can't now have kids and now leave that responsibility with your family members. Now they can't find you. Now the mother is traveling to Joburg, has to find people to look after the kids that are not hers, to go and find you. The mother was even saying that it wasn't the first time that she had come to Joburg to look for her. She has done it before. Wamthatha wabuyela naye ekhaya. She stayed for a couple of weeks or couple of months, went again. This lady is all over. The mother says you'll be calling her and she'll be like, "I'm in Durban, I'm in Cape Town, I'm in whatever." She's not sending money home. Her kids, she doesn't know what they wear, what they eat, what's happening with school, nothing. She just doesn't care. Even during the show, she wasn't about to have no conversations about no children. She was saying, "Utena, she has things to do. She's about to leave because she has things to do." Okay, it's the kind of person that you are like, this person has no business having kids. this person has no business being a mother. Because even if they took her home and handed her kids, she wouldn't know what to do with them. She can even leave them on the streets and go, ayo by slay queen. She comes there, you guys, ipondo, the hair is laid, ipondo looks neat. She's wearing ilokuzana jumpsuit, animal print with the fur coat. Yabona, if you met her in Sentin, you would think, yo, celebrity. I don't know if hey bo, the shoes. She was looking nice. But the mother is saying here, your kids are hungry at home, your kids are crying for you. I am struggling with your kids, you know. So I feel like maybe kids don't know that it is an option to actually not have kids. And there's nothing wrong with choosing to not have kids if you want to live a kind of life where you won't be able to take care of kids, or you won't care to take care of kids. Okay. And even after you have kids, guys, there is an option to give up kids for adoption sometimes, because in that you can see the mother is exhausted. The mother is exhausted from taking care of one. She's worried about her daughter, because her daughter now and then she's trending for something that is not so positive. Because after she trended about that car, there was another issue where she did not want to pay for the Uber or something, and she was offering something to the driver in exchange for the ride. She keeps trending for things like that. Okay, she's worried about her. She says physically she's not well because she's so worried about her daughter. Now she's taking care of the kids. There are options that you have when you are younger. You can make a decision, even just make a decision to say, you know what, I'm not going to have kids until I feel I'm ready. So for now, let me do whatever I can to make sure that that doesn't happen. Don't have this thing, Yoguti, because now your friends in their early 20s, they're having kids now, you must have kids. You don't have to, because you might not be made to be a mother. That girl is just, I feel like even if that mother passed, that girl is not going to go home and take care of her kids. And what's going to happen with those kids? They're already negatively affected by the absence of mawab. And if something happens to the grandmother, what's going to happen to them? The damage is too big. For somebody that could have prevented the situation by not having kids. I feel like it's important that younger girls know it is an option to not have kids. You can make that decision for yourself that you're not going to have kids, because once you have kids, you guys, there is no return policy. There's not even, the policy doesn't even exist. Tengile, belethile. Ngane is yours. Nobody's going to come and rescue you as a mom. You can run away from that responsibility, but it is still your responsibility. You might leave that child with your mom, but that child is still yours. So I feel like, guys, some of you just make a decision not to have kids. Just make a decision not to have kids. Maybe you can even have kids later on in your life. So groovile, wagroova, wahamba ngama-Uber, wahamba ngama-effing cars, kwabanjani, and then you have kids. You don't have to rush it. And you also don't have to do, you can just be Oprah and be like, no kids for me, no kids, no marriage for me. It's okay to do that. But let's not bother our mothers with kids, because thina sifuna ukuhamba siyoba ama-slay queen eJoburg. Hayibo. Guys, that story was so sad. And it's sad because obviously the best place for those kids to be is with the grandmother, as much as she is struggling. But you can't give those kids to that woman, to that girl, because she's not going to take care of them. She might throw them away. So it's like the grandmother is stuck. She's supposed to now be relaxing, enjoying her time, her older age. She's not that old, honestly. Maybe she's in her 50s. But I mean, she's raised her kids, so why should she raise your kids? She's supposed to now and then be seeing her grandchildren, and they come and visit, and it's all nice. But now she can't enjoy that, because now she's starting afresh. And she's starting afresh with children that need extra attention, because she says they have mental issues now, and she thinks the issues are caused by the mother being absent. Once again, you guys, make a choice to just not have kids. It is okay to not have kids. And I say it to the girls, because it's not like it's acceptable for a man to walk away, but we know ukuthi men give themselves that option to walk away. At any point, a man can walk away from you and leave you with the kids. So even if you find a perfect partner, you can still make a decision not to have kids, because men give themselves that option to walk away. When they feel like it's too much, they just go. And when you don't have that option, because I did ask myself, what's yak or not, this girl should be going home to take care of your kids, but I'm thinking, where are the fathers? You know, because then in a situation like that, they should also take over. Meaning, because even now, but they could have made a decision not to have kids. If these kids were just not born, it would be better, because it's like they were brought into the world just to suffer with their grandmother, missing their mom, seeing their mom here on Twitter, on whatever, trending, but she's not coming home. Think about it. Children are a big responsibility, and it's a responsibility that you can't turn off and say, oops, yes, I made a mistake, but I tell now, no. Think about it honestly. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.